show going live. So please, if there's anything that you pick up, if you can see me, kindly just indicate. I'm trying to test. It does look like I am live. What I do not know is whether you can hear me and whether you can see me. If you could just in the chat box, um, perhaps type in some comment. Okay, maybe just check your chat box, see if you can see me. Um, and then you can just type hello if you can see me. Okay, so Pastor Mokocho can see me. Let's test type 10 if you can hear me. I am live. Okay, so Pastor Mokocho can hear me loud and clear. Mama, can you hear me? Can you see me? Maybe just type 10 if you can hear me. Daniel, can you hear me? Can you see me? Okay, I'm quickly going to move away, but I'm keeping this live. I just want to attend to it from my phone to see how it works. Okay, I see there, Pastor Mokocho, you can see and hear from your phone, not from the desktop. Thank you. Just hold still. I was trying to access from my phone, but it does not seem that I am able to do that. So what I am going to do now is to just try and share content on my screen so that we can see if content is displaying. Hold on. I would have loved to actually record this just to get a sense of how it projects, but one step at a time. Mama, are you winning? What is it showing on your end? Pastor Mokocho, maybe you can type here in the comment section. How did you access the live link? I was not able from my phone. My wife is also battling to access from her phone. Let's just see something. While we're trying to figure that out, I'm going to go with one of the flyers just to display it here to see if it comes through. Mama, I'm going to send you this link again. Let's see if it makes a difference. Let's try and see. Where is this? Okay, Pastor Mokocho, can you see that flyer there? Maybe just type if you can see it. Request access to stream. Now, how does this happen? All right, Pastor Mokocho, just when you came in, did you just click on the link, or is there something specific that you did? Because I've resent the live stream link now, but I see it says my wife needs to request access to stream, and it might take up to 24 hours. So I'm not too sure. But it says that to Daniel. I'm not too sure what. How do you do that? Welcome to live chat. Remember, Buddha, kom hier dat ons sien hoe werk het. As hy sê op al twee links by jou. Want Pastor Mokocho kon aankom met daai link. I just clicked on the link and it let me straight in. As jy daar by daai eerste link klik weer dat ons net kyk. Want van my foon af kon ek ook nie ingaan nie. Mamma sukkel ook om in te kom. Just be patient, Pastor Mokocho. We are just trying to figure this one out. Because I also clicked on the link. Daniel clicked on the link. My wife clicked on the link. None of us from our phones could actually come in. Hoe wij sê by jou?
Dis die eerste ene wat ek gestuur het.
Ja, okay.
Dis die tweede ene. So die screenshot wat ek vir jou gestuur het.
So daai.
Dis iets van die tweede link.
Dis nou snaaks dat dan. Kan sien jy? Dis dieselfde link wat ek met Pastor Mokocho ook geshare het. En hy het net straight, ek kon net straight inkom. If I say edit, prayer training test, description, details, customer people and blogs. What else should be happening here?
So he needs the verification. Once you put the inside live stream, it isn't available.
You see, it's still running. This stream contains paid promotion like a product placement sponsorship now. Generate a realistic looking sense that didn't actually occur now. Allow automatic chapters keys, allow automatic, allow. I just want to see the settings if there's something I need to.
Verify dit, hè? Verify.
Hoe doen ik het?
Hierso. Gaan naar die link toe.
Naar die link hier zo,
Hier is dat.
die live. Waar hij wordt nog iets te pop wat ik moet zien, is het niet?
Die link wat jy gestuur het. Op
Ja.
WhatsApp, klik op hom. En dan verify there.
Hier zo,
Hier is dat.
die laatste link.
Hier is dat. En dan gaan jy swart screen op wees. I'm streaming is available right now. See from that any link is.
Hier zo nou. Welcome to YouTube Studio, excellent connection. Does die live die? So wat moet ek nou doen?
Die link vir die straight hier na toe gebring.
Ja,
So die is dan uitgesort basies. Dus
Maar
ons-
maar op jou phone?
Yeah, but once basically live streaming isn't available right now.
en is niks, Pastor Mokocho is aan en hij is nou nog in de chat. Hij stream settings, let's see. Stream URL copy. YouTube, Pinterest, Handshake. Kom eens copy die URL, of wat eigenlijk hetzelfde is. Enable auto start, dat is nog voor. Kom ik stuur weer hier. Het is dalk diezelfde link, maar kom eens toets. Probeer ook op jou kan doen. Kijk eens. Pastor Mokocha, you're still there?
Is there error?
Concurrent viewers 1. Edit. How do you want to go live? Customization, live chat reply. Who can send messages? Anyone? Approved users? Live commentary, anyone? Live reactions, slow mode. Ik weet dan nog niet wat. Elders niet. Does not support closed captions. Okay, that didn't. Yeah, see, Pastor Mokocho can hear us. He says I'm still here. Let's see here by settings. Set an overlay for your breaks. Overlay for breaks. Set up an overlay for your breaks. Use default overlay. Choose from your videos. Overlay.
Okay, look.
Are you in now?
Gaan we naar die link gaan ik de vorige tijd eerste in.
Is je trap er eerst in? Okay, so you are live now. Okay, Pastor Mokocha, I see my wife has been able to come in. It shows two concurrent viewers. Julle moet net kyk wat doen julle wat ons moet nou stukke hierdie tips met almal share wanneer ons die official scheduling doen.
Niet zo tricky. Maybe I must go back to see what I can click now.
Yeah. Let me also. So you clicked the first link, the very first one, né?
Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, then it shows. You see here, if you try to bring the full screen, then you must see live there.
When it gets here. Oh yeah, live.
Yes, because then you click on the live. Oh,
Oh.
because then you click on the live.
Okay, so what I want to do is check on your connection. Is it giving you an option to, other than chat? I want you to chat in the chat box, but also see if it gives you an option for live response, if you can respond live. Okay, they're all three are in now. I'm going to just reduce my volume to see. Okay, I can see. All right, I can see Teacher Samuel as well. Shalom, Teacher Samuel. We are doing trial and error here, but we are getting there. We are getting there. Let me just see if I went with my phone as well and choose the live. Okay, but how did we get to the live here? Oh, there. Okay, there I am in. That's the fourth connection. But now, please check. How did you get to see the comment section where you are typing in from your phone? Where?
I think daar kan se foon is verskillend. Waar is die live button ding?
Swipe af nu. Doe dat.
Oh,
No.
more. No description either.
In myne is die live chat.
Okay, so chat there. Let me see. Mine is not. No description has been added. Okay, Pastor Tiame says there's a live chat section just beneath the video. Okay. On my phone, Teacher Tiame, I'm seeing a more option. But besides that, I am not. Okay, let me see. What is this? No, besides that, I'm not seeing the option for the live chat. Okay, I see that Daniel's comment has come through. Open app. Or could it be that the same account that's now live on the desktop is also the account that's here? I don't know, but then you should then be able to do on here what you are able to do on there. Okay, Pastor Makocho says just below the video, there's a space for live chats. Okay. Yeah, we've got all right. We've got the video open.
Unless you want to use this phone so that you can try and communicate.
No, but the idea is to use all phones because we don't know how many people will be connecting from what devices.
I'm just saying in case maybe you are linked to the same.
Okay.
This is a different phone in mine.
Okay, Teacher CMS says it's
Because your account maybe.
yeah.
Ja, kan
It's the same account.
Is it?
The description has been added to this video.
Oh, okay. All right, but that is fine in terms of the chat. Okay. In terms of the chat section there, but are you able to connect live via video? Is it possible? I do not think in terms of the training that will be necessary. We would prefer actually that the attendees use the chat box post your questions and make comments and respond, and not necessarily video. So this is just for me to check if we are able to use video. I'm going to take this presentation off and bring on the live video. Is there any difference? Oh, it's not possible.
We don't see anything.
Okay. Okay. So let's quickly take a presentation, and I'm going to run it for 1 full minute just to see how, when the presentation is open and I am presenting it, how it comes through. The other thing, while I'm opening, Teacher Tsiema, I don't know if you've got an idea. Is it possible to record the live session with this Google Studio, YouTube Studio, or do I need the paid version to be able to do recordings? Okay. On the issue of recordings, Teacher Tsiama, do you know if it's possible? I'm going to bring a presentation on so that we have the presentation up, and I'm also going to change my position just to see. Oh, okay, okay. Now I'll check out the recording function and what would be the conditions there. All right, let's position me properly. Please do tell me if there's a change in my sound, my audibility, because I'm obviously going further back. I'm standing up just so that I can see the presentation and try and work it from here. Am I still audible? I think naturally the lighting, okay, great stuff. The lighting would be somewhat compromised. But let me take a full minute and just quickly see. In this minute, what you can do for me as I talk, just type 1, 2, or 3 words from the different sentences that you hear. Because what I want to do is I want to talk, scan the presentation, have your comments come in at the same time. We're simulating a live session just so that we can get a better sense of what and how this could work out. So Mama, if you can comment at the same time, Pastor Mokocho comment, Teacher Tsiame comment. So we're going back to the strategy alignment workshop, and part of that workshop was to align everybody to a common vision, which is to envision a world transformed by Christ-centered leaders, making disciples after the Great Commission. And it has been a successful workshop in that prior to the workshop, there has been a build-up of a month or so of the strategy. An established strategy was revised, and so a revised strategy could be presented to the workshop alongside the strategy as it relates to creating an enabling mode for the implementation. We had also devised our terms of reference or designed our terms of reference. With the terms of reference, we've identified key risks for where the vision is now. And so there has been a risk framework that has been designed at the same time, so that as the vision is implemented, we are able to identify and control those risks that could potentially undermine the successful implementation of the vision. We also brought in a review of our performance for 2024, just to get a better sense of where the vision has been at, how we have been doing, and just sort of to bring to the fore again the strengths of the vision in its implementation phase, and with the same breath also to identify those areas that we identified as shortfalls or shortcomings, because that informs also the strategy going forward in terms of addressing those particular issues. So we had a review of the 2024 report to society to extract those learnings. Part of the package as well, as part of the active readings as we went into this workshop, had to do with an integrated operational plan, which is the blueprint for the incoming committee, the interim working committee, whose tenure is 2 years between April and end of March 2027. And in that integrated operational plan, we were then able to segment different focuses of the vision, compartmentalized into particular divisions and their objectives in alignment with the overarching objectives outlined in the vision, key performance indicators giving direction in terms of the deliverables or milestones, and of course, specific routes and vehicles. In other words, by virtue of programs or activities that support that KPI, and particular timelines and ownership to those KPIs, so that we are able to measure. So very typically a framework of SMART goals. So being specific about the goals, making sure that those goals are measurable, and of course they are achievable, and they are realistic and relevant, and of course they are time bound, because that would ultimately give us a sense as we do periodic reviews to see whether we are making progress, but at the same time give us a sense of where we need to accelerate certain areas, where we need to strengthen certain cores of the implementation plan. And so that in a nutshell is the workshop we built into, and therefore this presentation that is before us has to do with how was the implementation of that thinking at the strategy alignment workshop. And we share with you in this feedback presentation particularly that there has been a review of the strategy and availing of the integrated operations plan, articulation of goals, and identification of the roadblocks or the risks in accordance with the risk framework. And then we also talked to what worked well, because there's quite a lot that worked well, and hence the success of that weekend. Then we particularly hone into looking at what did not work well, because we're looking at this through the lens of continuous improvement, and we basically identified areas of planning and preparation, leadership and accountability, logistics and contingency, specific feedback points in summary, and that gave us sort of a launching pad to plan for future events, so that we can ensure that the success that we've had is maximized, and of course the shortfalls are strengthened. And we walked away from this feedback session with a planning checklist for the future, which particularly looks at an event and basically unpacks every stream possible that we can anticipate, builds contingency behind such a plan in case that the first option doesn't go well. There's a plan B, and of course, even a plan C to ensure that it is watertight and the chances of success are maximized. And that basically was the thinking in providing feedback. Now, beyond the feedback and the strategy alignment workshop, we are at a place of actual practical implementation where we continue to look at the specific ops plan. And in this ops plan, what we are doing is saying use it as a common hymn sheet. Let every division basically read from that hymn sheet. And as every division reads from that hymn sheet, it puts us in a position, one, to run in the same direction, two, to see if we are making traction as a collective, three, to advance particular delivery around key areas in the sense that we are able to, in the run, evaluate where are the shortfalls and we can strengthen that core for optimized delivery. And while we're actually doing that, we are able to, as a means of accountability, say, all right, maybe in terms of this KPI and the timelines, when we look at the resourcing for it, we might be overly optimistic about it in trying to get it delivered in 3 months. This potentially, given the route we are following, could require 12 months instead. So that ongoing review of how are we doing and so forth. And so this is an exciting phase, but at the same time, it is a phase that demands of us to constantly evaluate, almost on a daily basis, not only our progress, but the plan in itself. And there's a particular bias as we evaluate, and it has got to do with a framework that has to do with relooking whether the goals are clearly defined and sort of measuring those goals to see, do they stay relevant, or are there dynamics that are changing in the process that affects how we view this and whether the plan should be revised at a particular point. And of course, once we've done that, we then continue to analyze not only our implementation, we analyze our resourcefulness, we analyze the skill sets, we analyze the experience, we analyze holistically the manpower, we analyze our resources technologically, our resources financially, our environment, the macro environment within which we deliver, which is the global space, and sort of more to a micro environment, which could be national. What are those factors outside of the BSOT that does have a bearing on our implementation? So there's an ongoing analysis of the environment within which we operate and how that affects how we deliver on that. And then, of course, once we've done that analysis, we then, on an ongoing basis, work on improvement plans. How do we improve this identified strength or pitfall or bottleneck? And we drive that improvement plan. And once we find sort of stability with the right capability and consistency, we are then able to say to the process owners, keep running at this pace, keep improving, and then we build some control that would make sure that there's consistency, there's continuity, and. So I said 1 minute, but it gave us an opportunity to go, I think probably 5 or more, just to get a sense of the stability of the platform, to get a sense of interactivity, different streams, video, presentation, text in the comment section. So what are you observing? What are you seeing in this test drive there? Teacher Tiame, Pastor Mokocho, Pastor Mita? And also what is nice now, as we are doing this test drive, there's a video call that came in on this device via WhatsApp. And I see it did not interfere with with our live stream in that it didn't cut it out. So that's actually a very good thing. Just an overall sense, can this work for us? Maybe you could just continue to type just to give me a sense of what do you make of this test run? Is it something that can work for our training sessions? All right, I can see that. In fact, let me also try and respond via chat here. All right. No, thank you so much for your time, Saints. And I agree, it can work. It can work. I was not concerned much, but it's something that I thought now that we've got the strategy on the road, I need to get down and sort of accelerate the capacitation program, the training. And so this would be an ideal platform that would help us to do that. And I mean, if you look back, Teacher Tiame, Pastor Mita, I don't know if Pastor Mokoche was part of the LEF online training, the fundamentals, leadership fundamentals, Pastor Mokoche. You remember we did that on Zoom. Although it worked, I think this is more effective. This is more effective. And so this gives me greater comfort. Also, the other benefit is we then don't have to wait for a live seminar to be able to do the training, because then it also means we get to do training over a longer period of time. And with it comes a whole lot of logistical implications such as cost and travel and accommodation and catering and printing and projectors and sound and whatnot. If it's done online, we can do so much more in a relatively short space of time. The critical point there, Pastor Mita, that I think one of the things that is also key as a risk that comes with this now more convenient platform is whether everybody has access via their phones. And this might be a short training opportunity, where we just take a YouTube studio training tutorial of 2 or 3 minutes and we share that with the community so that they are able to see how to set up, and they are also able to make sure that they can connect seamlessly to a live session that is being conducted. So yeah, I think it's a critical point. You're right, Teacher Tiame. I mean, it really cuts out time, and it works better than Zoom. I remember with Zoom as well, the bigger the audience, it looks like the slower the transmission. And so then you've got those starters, or it bombs out at times. We've had an experience or two in that line. With this one, it looks like a more stable platform. We are yet to test, though, if we had an audience of 100, if we had an audience of 200. One, whether it allows that kind of audience. Two, whether it affects the stability of the streaming at all. So before you go, what I want to do, I want to just see in the comment section if I can copy these comments and paste them in a document. And then once this session is over, I want to go back onto my my channel and see if I can trace this live or not, seeing that it was not recorded. But hold on, before you go, let me just copy this into a notepad here. Okay, I got it copied, and it's actually interesting. Let me share with this with you quickly so that you can just see what it looks like now when this is pasted. I've just taken those comments, and look at this. I've pasted them here in this document. So what it does, it actually shows you a thumbnail and the name of the person and the comment underneath that there. This is quite interesting. Very, very handy. Very handy. Wow. This is amazing stuff. That's amazing stuff. Beloved, thank you ever so kindly for your time and for your patience on the call and for your feedback. I don't know if there's anything further from your end before I end the call. Oh, I see that, Teacher Tsiama, you're saying that some people are actually streaming up to 500 plus online. Wow. Without any issue at all, because then this is a huge plus for us in the direction of implementation and delivering on our strategy. This is a huge plus. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Pastor Makocha, that it's a huge benefit. Yeah. All right, but the 500 people, would that be in the live audience streaming out, for instance, from a location to a global audience, or are you referring to the 500 as people who are actively connected to the live stream? Yeah, no, I agree. YouTube is quite stable, but I think also what comes with it is probably the company's experience. Am I right in assuming, because I have not really double checked, that YouTube is part of the basket of companies that belongs to Google, or is YouTube a standalone? Actively connected with the live session. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, if YouTube is part of the, it actually is. It is part of Google, isn't it? Because I'm able to access YouTube because of my Google account. The fact that I'm able to do work on Google Meet or Google Docs or Google Forms or Google Sheets and YouTube is by virtue of me having a Gmail account. Yeah. Okay. It should be part of Google. Okay, there I see, and there it shows, Pastor Makocho. There's 5 connections now, So Pastor Makoto has been able to connect through his desktop as well. And is that at the same time as you connecting via your phone? You are able to use both devices concurrently. Is that the case? Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So it does look like during the day the kingdom in the sky works quite well. It's at nighttime that Tababusiu rises to block the signal and becomes problematic. Because look there, you're able to connect with two devices at the same time. No signal problems, and you can hear me well. We need to make a plan with that Tababusiu. Yeah, yeah. So I think then in Lesotho, we need to get more intercessors active at night. So we must have a night shift that starts at 6 until 6 o'clock the next day. I think a lot of those Tababusiu problems will be solved. Beloved, thank you so much for your time. I sincerely appreciate it. We'll see each other. We'll see each other soon. And Elohim bless you. Please remember, if you have not yet submit. Oh, but both of you have. I must just remind Pastor Sandile for the profile because we only have this week to push those profiles. I am going to share a voice note, a conversation with the prayer ministry, just so that we are able to position. I am looking at a training, prayer training, in a week from now. I would like us to have it done before we close out the month, so that when we onboard the mid-year, we don't have to disrupt their program. They can come into the student orientation and directly into the classroom. So I'm mentioning this year, Teacher Tsiame. I'm just waiting for a date. I think prayer ministry will make contact. Once there's a date set, we would have to get the role of the mid-year in earlier than end of the month, because we would ideally like to invite them to be part of that prayer training, so that we already manage the behavior on the prayer call even before they start. Because I think this has been a bit of a trend now where they start off well and they're excited. They come into the prayer call when they do lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From there, they disappear. And so we do want to just revive that culture of prayer among our students. They have to be in the prayer call every single day. So that's why it's important that they become part of the training, the prayer capacitation training that we are planning to conduct before the end of the month, so that at the end of the month we can just onboard them and run the course for them. All right, Chair. So you guys have a chat there with Minister Siponi, and it's Tuesday today. If we could possibly have a date for the training by Thursday, that would help, and then we can put a flyer together, get the community involved, both the current student community, partners, leaders, just everybody be sought to actually be part of that training, even the prospects that are coming in now for the mid-year. I foresee it to take at the most an hour. So at the most an hour. I will not stretch it too much. If the content we're putting through is too much, we'll probably have 2 1-hour sessions apart, different dates. But let's try and get that one on the roll. Thank you so much. Elohim bless you. Shalom, shalom. Thanks kindly, Pastor Mokocho. Shalom. Now, see, we're sitting at 50 minutes. This is really not bad.